time. But it was very interesting to actually be in the USA for debate week. I worked in the White House on debate day and attended Josh Earnest, the press secretary's briefing. And even he was asked a number of questions about, well, what will the president's viewing habits be for this night? And I said, well, he's normally working in the office and he normally has the television on in the background. And while most nights he probably would be watching Monday Night Football, it's pretty safe to assume this will be on in the background as he continues to work. So, yeah, but it was a lot of fun, watching the press react at that point. Donald had a absolutely horrific week, though, starting with the debate. It was 99 minutes of petulance. He started strong. I think many people agree that, he stayed on point and won the first 30 minutes of the debate. But he fired his whole load and it was done. There was nowhere to go but down from there, and she remained inflappable.
Well, I think what happened was that once you get past the reality TV spectacle of it, which is the first half an hour, it then dawns on you, or it should dawn on you, that Hillary does know what she's talking about when it comes to policy. So the depth kind of rises to the surface, and the surface, which is like on a TV show like The Apprentice, is sort of beautifully managed, but through the medium of reality television construction. So it doesn't sort of fall off in that way. But on a one-to-one debate where they're just talking about their ideas, and there was that amazing sort of 5-minute segment that, they were talking about sort of competence, I think it was, where he just went off on like so many different kinds of tangents. And she at the end of it sort of did like little shimmy, and it was just like, wow, that you have really dug a hole for yourself there.
Yeah, I remember tweeting throughout the whole event and thinking, one of my favorite phrases is, when your opponent is digging a hole, you offer him a cool beverage and a new shovel so it's nice and sharp so he can keep digging. And this was certainly no exception. I mean, I found that the blatant lies, and there were more of them than you could even count. When he was called on, for example, Hillary's appearance, his statements about she didn't look presidential. What did you mean? I said, well, I said she lacked stamina. And of course, all the fact checkers went rushing around and said, no, you said she didn't look presidential. So what did you mean? What did you think of Lester Holt, the moderator?
To be honest with you, I think it's difficult for these guys because I think a lot of the way the media generally, not just him, they've fallen into this pattern where, I would say this because I would be on the Democratic side, but they hold the Republicans and the Democrats to a different standard, right? Yeah. So then as soon as you get the two of them on the stage together and the onus is on you to kind of hold them to the same standard, it looks as if you are really sort of boring down on Donald Trump and his lack of knowledge, because you are. Because, you could sort of talk intelligently with Hillary about what she's done in the past in terms of following policy. Has it worked? You could talk about, the legacy from, back in the day with Bill Clinton and her ideas and how they've evolved over time and what they are now. What in whichever kind of policy area you can think of. But you can't have that conversation with Donald Trump, really. And when you do, it just exposes his lack of knowledge.